what acoustics. Wow. The bass, like the bass amp here, recorded and bouncing up everything. I'm a musician, that's what I do. I play a bit bass.
The thing I like about it is that you and your wife could go in when a friend shows up. I mean, it's an intimate space, so you don't go in there with people, you know, unless...
That's how I immediately I felt comfortable and then intimate. I pulled her over, I told her I loved her, and I was comfortable.
And you can go in there and your wife can sit in one corner and you can sit in the other, and you can talk very quietly, and you hear each other.
That's great. That's a great thing, and that's what I was trying to say before. Like, sometimes it's good just to duck into somewhere and talk. Because while you're walking it through the day, it's always half sentences, and I'm always missing one. But sometimes you just need to stop. Let's go in, dog. Come on, I want to smoke something. No, and just, there's nowhere like that. Unless you're going to a restaurant. That's what I can see so many things and reasons for this. You know? It's almost like, it reminded me for a moment there, like one of those tanks that they used to go into, like in the 70s, they would go into those tanks, and sometimes they would take like psilocybin, and they would do tests like that, and they would stay in these tanks for like 3 days or whatever. That's what it kind of reminded me of. That's this whole thing. I don't know much about, but I was reading some things that they were doing at one college, and one of the professors was, taking mescaline and going into this.
It's like a deprivation tank.
Exactly, that's what it was. And he was in it. And so he went in it with water also, and he regressed back to being in his mother's womb, and all this weird stuff. But I have a nickname for it, the decompression treatment. In the city, you need to decompress, and this is a good place to do it. You know, sometimes they just turn corners and run into people. That's the beauty of New York still, though. See something like this in Arkansas. Doing this. I love the pump. When you look at it, that's how you know it's something. The pumpkin art. That's how I knew this was more than meets the art. And Barbara. Your mom and wife?
It's named after a World War II bunker on the coast of France. I was reading a book.
Oh, a toolbox? On the, what do you call line? France really took it with that one. They thought that they had it wrapped up. They were fortified, but they didn't realize you could just go through the...
Yeah, and these aren't on the Maginot Line. I think that's what you're talking about. The French built that. These are the Germans, when they took over France, invaded.
Right.
They built a bunch of bunkers. Let me show you a picture.